I think along with the saying of, start from the bottom and just work your way up, I really don't think that applies anymore either. Like, I think on your way to working up, your job will get made redundant, because that's how we're moving now. Like, the lower levels are getting taken out first, and the rate at which they're getting taken out is becoming quicker and quicker.
Okay, welcome back to another slide of my video. Today we're going to be covering sort of job security, and looks into how automation is taking over the industry of the work industry. So
I think we discussed a little earlier in the week, there was a few headlines that were doing the rounds in the UK. So Honda, I think, is a big one. There are plans underway in the coming few years to basically close up shop, as I see it, in the UK. The speculation is it's going to lead to thousands of job losses if they end up closing up shop in the UK. I've always kind of thought that in the generation of maybe like our parents, or I mean, we're all a similar age, so our parents and maybe grandparents, I think job security meant more then than it did now.
Yeah, I grew up on that notion that find a job and then don't ever leave. Work for that company, start from wherever they put you, and then just work your way up.
Yeah.
Obviously, times have changed. We're in the gig economy now, where millennials, as they like to call us, we can do a job here and there, have a little side hustle, learn a new skill. Like, the access to education now is completely different to what it was all those years ago. You can learn something in 3 to 6 months and be fully qualified in that subject, and then go and get a job in that and earn more money or have a more secure future. So, for example, like a doctor or a dentist, we'll always need them. We'll always need some sort of consultant.
There's a company which is integrating AI in the medical sector, and basically they've run like side-by-side tests with like an AI against an actual qualified doctor, and the AI is getting like diagnosing patients more correctly than doctors. And so I think this is impacting everyone, every field.
Yeah, I mean, in Canada and Ottawa, so they have a big industry for GMC, and GMC has just sort of closed down shop, and it's like hit them so hard that now even in sort of Toronto, which is Ontario, it's still in Ontario, there's actually adverts on the TV at prime time, like calling out GMC. It's like saying, if you want to sell your cars here, make them here. I said to Sanj this week, it's not like that old saying is survival of the fittest. I'm saying it's more survival of the smartest now, because you can be as fit as you like. You can be doing all this manual labor work, but then if you get taken out by someone who created an automated system who's just smart, therefore now there's just one person instead of 50, that kind of dilutes you down a little.
Everyone's just a number at the end of the day, and that's what they're looking at, right? It's spreadsheets and stuff. Probably like how when we run our stuff and we're doing our little side hustles, it's all about the numbers as well when we're doing it. It's all about the effort we put in and what we're getting out. I do feel we're living in an economy that's becoming massively service driven. To what extent will we go where we will just become pure services as a country, where we're not actually manufacturing anything at all, and everything's imported, and all we're doing is providing that middle layer service. We've seen firsthand, like, there's a ton of services, and then you get more competitors creating the same type of service with a little bit of added value, smaller costs, and it becomes a snowball effect.
I know that they have AI farms now. So there's farms that are being run just by artificial intelligence, and that's produce as well. I mean, if that goes sort of global in a fast rate, like exponential rate, then I can see many like sort of farmers and all this sort of stuff not being needed anymore either.
If basically you had a 16-year-old, I got a 16-year-old little brother, if you were to say to someone like that, what things would you be saying to avoid and like to go for?
For me, I'd avoid manual labor and be in sales.
It's got to be on the internet. Something to do on the internet is the no-brainer place to be putting your business out there, surely.
J-Pow, what would you suggest?
I do agree with Jamie with the fact that there are certain things that would never go away, which is like the sales side of things, anything dealing with the relationships between people, that kind of stuff will never go.
To be fair, the medical side of things, you'll always need medically educated people.
Yeah.
They're training it into AI already, man.
Mm.
And they're already outperforming doctors. This is the scary part. Like, and they can do it without the emotion, work 24 hours a day. I feel like it's already starting to hit the medical sector already. My big kind of takeaway is like a lot of the age-old advice just doesn't apply and doesn't work anymore. Like, I think we will probably live through the phase where, you know, I think for my parents or grandparents, if you had an education, you're ahead of the curve. Whereas nowadays, having just a standard degree doesn't mean anything. Along with the saying of, you know, start from the bottom and just work your way up, I really don't think that applies anymore either. Like, I think on your way to working up, your job will get made redundant because that's how we're moving now. Like, the lower levels are getting taken out first, and the rate at which they're getting taken out is becoming quicker and quicker.
Well, my sort of takeaway from this is I always would revert back to Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he's got the quadrant. So there's four sections of that you can be in, and you just want to work your way through it. First quadrant is employee, second quadrant is self-employed, and on the right side you've got a third quadrant is a business owner, so you have employees yourself, but you own the business. And then the fourth one is where you want to end up, which is an investor. And as long as you land up in the investor area in that section, then it doesn't matter what happens in the future.
So my takeaway is that it's quite evident that you need to be adaptive to your environment. So the environment's constantly changing, and we are the ones who are creating that change.
If I was to ask you, what do you think of job security? You got to answer it in one word. We're gonna go around and see what people think. So one word for me in job security, false. Sanj, what would your opinion be?
I would have said myth.
Okay, J-Pal.
Lies.
Jamie.
I'm speechless. I can't even think of a word. I agree with all of you.
That's not that, but we'll take that. All right. So,
sorry, I'll let you guys down.
So basically, the message from this video would be to make sure you're ahead of the curve. Try and look into the future, and then always making multiple streams of income as well. You don't want to just be focusing solely on your job or solely on your business. You want to try and move through those quadrants that I mentioned, and then you should be covering all the bases. So just like, share, and comment, and also subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this. Until next time, peace.